All right, Mimi, I went to high school, you went to Harvard. Article 2 of the Constitution, is it A, possible that it was Bill Barr who explained the president's seemingly magical powers as found in Article 2? And what does Article 2 say in a consumer-friendly way?
I mean, Article 2 does lay out the executive powers, and they are broad, but it also has limitations in it. For example, they have to be done in a way. You can't do things that are illegal. You have to uphold both the spirit and the actual law. And you can be impeached for, as we all now know the phrase, high crimes and misdemeanors. I think what happened here, and the reason Trump was, saying this, I'm a monarch, essentially, I can do whatever I want, is because Barr and maybe Giuliani at some point explained to him their view of why there's no obstruction in the Mueller report. No, that firing the FBI director and all that, that's okay, because you're allowed to do that. That's an executive power. And Trump probably was, half listening or heard what he wanted to hear, which was, I can do anything I want. I can fire anybody else. Yeah. And so he turned it into this, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. And of course, that's not true, but it goes to the heart of, what is really fundamentally wrong with this presidency, I think, which is he does feel entitled to do whatever he wants to do. And, we have to sort of get through this. If I can just add one thing, I totally agree with everything everyone has been saying about Trump being this master of, the little catchphrases and everything. But every trial lawyer knows that you shouldn't overpromise your case, overpromise your evidence. And Bill Barr and Donald Trump have done that. The no obstruction, no collusion is a myth. And it's worked so far because there were no facts to counter it. What could happen tomorrow is that whole myth could come crashing down when Mueller actually explains and people actually hear the facts. So that's what I'm hoping will come out of tomorrow.
Tim O'Brien briefly, and then one more to Mike. The power of magical thinking. This is a president who didn't bring knowledge of the presidency, I think that's fair to say, to the presidency.
Right. He's redefining what it means to learn on the job. Remember, he discovered probably a month into it, he thought that because he was the president of the United States, he couldn't have conflicts of interest. Therefore, he didn't have to divest himself of any of his financial or business holdings.
Who knew healthcare was hard?
Who knew healthcare was hard? Who knew that China had this long and illustrious history? Who knew that Article 2 made you all powerful? He's going to interpret everything he learns on the go as empowering him to do whatever he wants to do. That's not going to be a new phenomenon. The problem we're seeing in all this is that there's no countervailing force. There's no one in the GOP specifically who's saying to him, no, Mr. President, you're demeaning the office. No, Mr. President, you're redefining the office in the wrong direction. And we as a party and we as a country should hold this institution in a different regard.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.